Have you ever had one of those days where someone says, "Wow, you're always so strong"? And you smile like, "Yeah, thanks." But deep down inside, you're thinking, "Please, I am just one text away from a breakdown. I am just one moment from a breakdown." Welcome back to Real Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Asha, and today I want to unpack something with you that doesn't get enough airtime, I feel. It's like, what is it really costing us to always be the one holding it together? You know who I'm talking to? You, right there, the reliable one, the fixer, the person that people call when their life is on fire, while yours quietly smolders in the background. I see you. I understand you. I used to take pride in being the strong one, that badge of wearing strength on your sleeve. It made me feel useful, safe, and needed. People would say, "Gosh, you're the rock." And I think, "Yeah, I am." Until one day, not so long ago actually, I realized that being the rock also meant that I was stuck. Everyone leaned on me, but no one thought to ask how I was doing, if I was tired, if I needed something. And I was tired in a way that 8 hours of sleep could not fix. Because strength, the kind that we perform with, comes with a hidden tax. You pay for it in your silence, in your isolation. You pay for it every time you say, "I'm fine," when you're not. Half the reason that we hold it together is because we don't trust anyone else. We don't trust that anyone else will hold it together or be able to do anything. We have this illusion of control. Like, if I don't handle it, it won't get done properly. That's not strength, that's control. Wearing a motivational hoodie, okay? I mean, I remember once trying to let people help me. A friend offered to bring me dinner over when I was having a rough week. I said, "No, it's okay, I've got it." Showed up anyway with food and that look, the one that says, "I know you don't have it." And honestly, it broke me because it reminded me of how much I had forgotten what it feels like to receive. We get so used to being the caregiver, the problem solver, that emotional anchor that we start believing that needing help makes us weak. But the truth is control is comforting, but it's also very lonely. And sometimes the bravest thing that you can do isn't holding it together, it's letting it fall apart long enough for someone else to hold you. And I know this can be very vulnerable. It can feel like you're being weak, but this is where your strength lies. What happens if you keep on pretending that you're fine? You start snapping at people for the smallest things. Your brain gets really foggy. Your body feels so heavy. And you're showing up, but not really showing up. You're not even present in the moment. It's not lack of discipline, it's emotional burnout. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. Emotional burnout does not look like collapse. It looks like you sitting quietly, smiling through the ache, and saying, "It's just a rough week," for the fourth month in a row. And the wild part about it, they still think that you're doing great. I have had this so many times, over and over and over again, and continue to have this happen in my life, even as I'm recording this episode. It is amazing because the world praises composure, not honesty. The shift that I want you to sit with is that strength isn't about never falling apart. It's about knowing when to stop pretending that you're okay. Real strength is soft. It's admitting, "I can't do this alone." It's texting someone or sending a WhatsApp saying, "Hey, I'm not okay today." And hopefully on the other side of that, they say, "I'm here for you." It's saying no to the things that drain you, even when people call it selfish. Because the version of you who never rests, never asks, and never says no, That version is running on fumes and you feel it. You are aware of it. I know that you feel that very deeply. And you can't pour from an empty self. You can be reliable and still be human. You can be caring and still be tired. You can be strong, the strong one, and still need support. Both can exist. One night I remember I just lost it. I had been trying to hold everything together, work, family, friendships, everything. Something tiny, really tiny, just set me off. I spilled my bowl of yogurt on the floor. I missed a text message, and it was like all these little things were happening. And I broke down. I sat there and I started crying. The tears were uncontrollable. It was like that ugly crying, the kind where you can't even breathe. And for the first time in months, I didn't stop it. I didn't wipe my face. I didn't clean up the yogurt. I didn't apologize. I didn't answer the text. I swear it was like the first time that my nervous system felt like it could exhale for the first time in about a year and a half. Sometimes falling apart is just your soul unclenching. So how do we bring some practicality to this? I want to share with you how you can bring this. If you're someone who's always holding it together, I want to share with you some of the things that worked for me over the years in my experience, and I wanted to impart that on you, and hopefully you'll be able to find some gems in there for you. Ask yourself one small thing this week, not a grand gesture, okay? Just one tiny thing that lets someone show up for you. A micro commitment. You're retraining your brain to allow for help instead of rejecting it, okay? Create a pause ritual. When you feel the urge to fix, rescue, or say, I'm fine, take 10 seconds, breathe in and out through your nose, deep in your belly, and ask, is this mine to carry? This was a big game changer for me, and I still do this on a regular basis. Also, number 3, let someone see the mess. Vulnerability builds connection. Connection is what keeps you from quietly burning out. When you stop performing strength, you invite people to mirror your honesty, and that changes relationships in a real way. It deepens your connection with people around you. You don't owe anyone a version of you that never cracks, okay? You don't have to earn love by being unbreakable. I know as a practitioner, as a coach, as someone who works with other people, I know I get these comments a lot from my patients and clients saying, hey, they don't like it when you're not the perfect version sometimes. Some people have this idea that everything about you has to be perfect, and that's not true. We're all human beings. You're allowed to fall apart sometimes. You're allowed to need rest. You're allowed to be held. Because being strong all the time doesn't make you powerful. It makes you more exhausted. But being real, that makes you magnetic. That makes you really attractive. So if this hit home for you, if you've ever been the strong one or know someone who's quietly running on empty, this episode is really for you. If you're ready to stop carrying everything alone, then now is the time to hit the pause button, and let's see how we can reset and restart your life in different ways. Hit the follow button, subscribe, share this with somebody who needs to hear this. Take care of yourself. Take care of the people in your life. You don't have to hold it all together today. Just hold on to yourself. It's extremely important that you start to realize that you are worth holding together and you don't have to fall apart. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. Until next time.